At Slipstream here. I'm here to tell you about what they didn't tell you about the release of 1.26 update for Gran Turismo 7. So if you scroll on over to Showcase, don't kill me yet, they've actually changed the background to carbon fiber, may have noticed that or not, but jump down to music and there's a pretty cool feature here with the race background music where you can switch on and off the tracks that you don't like. So just by using the triangle, you can switch on or off those tracks and they'll stay off. So while you're racing around Road Atlanta at 1,000,000 miles an hour, you can actually have the songs that you really like to have. Now, unfortunately, the menu background music isn't able to be switched on and off, so unfortunately you'll just have to keep that on. However, there is another thing, which is they kind of glossed over what it actually looks like, but popular user. So it's not about how many followers you have, it's about the content that you bring in, how popular that is, maybe the most likes or comments that are around the content. So the ranking system's a little bit all over the place here for good reason. It's not about the followers. So finally they've got an ability now for you to create liveries and photos and decals and helmet liveries and actually get a position on a leaderboard, which is really encouraging for those that really enjoy painting in the game and sharing that content with people. And thanks very much to those that you do, because I've even used some of your liveries. Now another thing is there's a little bit of confusion about what is these 25th anniversary races and how do you get into them. Well, you just click on the banner here. It says 38 days left for me right now, and obviously when you jump in it might be slightly different, but immediately it doesn't really go into the details about what is the deal here unless you read the ticker tape at the bottom of the screen. So we'll jump into the race details here on the first one. I want to tell you a quick thing about this, right? So first of all, you'll see that you can win just for 10th place 300,000, 5th place 500,000, and first place 1,000,000 credits. Now what that means is that you can actually just work your way up the tiers, and it's a pretty good payout straight away. This race is 10 laps around Spa and it's around 25 minutes or less, right? The top guys are doing it in under 23 minutes. Now if you win first, you win the whole lot. You win 1.8 million credits. Now the trick about this race, it is a little bit of a fuel saver one way or another, or all out as fast as you can, one pit stop regardless. So this race has dynamic random weather. It's going to rain, but it's not going to rain enough that you have to take heavy wets. You may need to change to intermediates, but there is a chance you could get through it on just dry tyres alone. So manage your fuel well and get some fast times and get round the track when it's wet on dries, and you could be in for a fast time. That's my top tip. Give it a go, find out what's fastest for you. Now, the other race is actually Willow Springs in the Suzuki Escudo, and we know how tail happy that thing is under brakes, and it's difficult to drive, put it that way. It was built for, Pikes Peak on gravel, really. But jump into the race details, exactly the same. So here's an opportunity to actually win $3.6 million in under an hour if you win both these races. It's only sort of a 17-minute race or thereabouts. So under an hour, 3.6 million credits. You only get that once though, right? So the more times you do it. So then you're going to say, well, why would I do it again? Well, there's a ranking board on top of it. And there's top 10 stars, and it's all related to your finishing position. So get first and get the fastest time, and you'll move up the leaderboard. So you can see amongst your friends where you rank. Sorry, it's only 7 minutes. I said 17. Now, another top tip for this particular race is the fact that you can change your brake bias. So we're just going to jump into the New Zealand car here, and we're going to kick off the race. And I'll show you. You may not have known. So on the bottom right hand corner there's my MFD or multifunction display. I'm just going to cycle through it. I can change the front and rear bias, I can change the lean, and there it is, brake bias. If I leave it, and I just go straight into super speed, and you notice that the sound is off, you can actually end up in a really difficult position where you are going to lose the back end, okay? So something like that, and you're going to have to counter steer. Well, if you change it all the way to the front, then you're going to end up in a much better position. Now, this is a bug with the game that we've discovered over the last sort of day or so, that sometimes you jump into a race and you literally can't hear the car. You can hear the steering and you can hear the tyres, but you can't really hear the car. To fix that, you actually have to get out of the game. So, unfortunately, I'm also showing you a bug, which is the sound doesn't work sometimes. You have to literally exit right out and then restart. So there's another, well, I don't think they're going to tell you about it, put it that way, but there might be a hot fix coming. It's a bit frustrating. Now, one more thing which you may or may not have noticed is in the lobbies. So if we jump into the multiplayer, jump into the lobbies, you can now create races that are really, really cool. So if we say create a room, you've still got the practice and race, but you can do practice, qualify, and race. This is a game changer for sure. The lobbies seem to be more stable, and now you can actually have a proper qualifying session before your race and do some practice before that. In the endurance races, you can do exactly the same thing. So practice in just the endurance race or do a qualifier as well. Absolute game changer. All the league racing is completely revolutionized, and it's back to how GT Sport actually had it online, which is just fantastic for everybody to finally have it. Now, unfortunately, this isn't available in the offline menu. So if you want to create a custom race at a track offline, you're only going to have your race configuration basically. So unfortunately not available, but online, get a couple of people together, go bananas. So that's it from me. I hope you liked these top tips and showed you actually a bug, which is convenient that it came across. Hopefully a hot fix for that, but overall a really great release we didn't even have to pay for, and really a big effort by PD to make our dreams or our wants really come true. So thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and we'll catch you again soon. Bye.